Why don't you give me a sign? Like the sea that leaves a trail along that shore. It's not your problem, it's mine. Everybody thinks that I'm okay. Sometimes I think I am too. I'm on the outside looking in. I'm waiting for the shockwaves to begin. Oh, won't you let me hold you for one time? Just a rainy day in a London cafe, a London cafe. So give me one last serenade. Say to me, or swear at me till the night turns into day. And it was a shame when daylight faded, because we didn't notice at all.
Hello, I'm Sophia Jessica, and welcome to the Fan Carpet.
So it's a pleasure to speak to you today. How's everything going for you? Are you okay?
Everything is great. Why? Do you know something that I don't?
Nope. No, all good. If we go back to the beginning, was there a defining moment for you to get into the entertainment industry?
Oh, wow, that's a tough question, my friend. When I was a kid, much younger than I am today, I always enjoyed the arts. In grammar school, we call, preliminary schooling here in the States, grammar school, first, second, third grade. They would put on school plays. And I always loved, performing. So from a very early age, I enjoyed the arts. And I was seriously thinking of pursuing a career in the arts. Unfortunately, my parents weren't in agreement about that. They were of the view that if I pursued a career in the arts, that they would disown me. So I had to choose between a life of poverty or their desired course, which is that I'd go to law school. That was their preference, something that had been ingrained in my head since I was like that small. So that it was the path that I ended up pursuing, which is the law. And then to fast forward, I was not very happy as a lawyer. I've been practicing for about 35 years. And in March of 2020, when COVID hit the fan, so to speak, and the world was thrown into chaos, particularly here in the US, there were Black Lives Matter was, the protests were significant. There was rioting, there was looting. New York, Trump was president at the time, so there was that chaos. So I started to think, as I was trapped here, because at the time, if you recall, it was quarantine, you couldn't leave, or it was not recommended that you leave your homes or your flats. So at the time, I was sitting here saying, there's got to be something that I can do. What can I do to make a difference? And I went to crowdfunding, just randomly to see if there was something that I could do. And lo and behold, for some reason, I was attracted to the film pages of crowdfunding, Indiegogo, Kickstarter. There were quite a few of them. And who do I encounter but a promotion by Ella Greenwood. That was one of the first pitches that I actually saw on the crowdfunding pages. And I ended up making a contribution, and that was the beginning of my return to entertainment some 35 years or so later. So I've been involved now since March of 2020, and it's been one heck of a ride.
Awesome. Was that for 40 Roots?
Yes, I believe so. That's why I wanted Ella on here, because I've done several projects with her. So she has a better idea. There's like a couple now, like Bip and Back for one, and there's another one, Maywood Road, with Alicia Applebaum that's now in post-production. So we've got quite a few projects, but I think Faulty Roots was the first, yes.
Yeah, awesome. That was how I got to know her. I met her at a Christmas party years ago now. When it was that was just before the short film came out, but it was yeah, it was a long time before the short film came out because the trailer hadn't even come out at that point. And then we just stayed friends, stayed in touch. We featured her on the website, and yeah, featured 40 Roots. And obviously now I'm really happy that it's being made to feature.
Yeah, that's very exciting. I'm not involved in that feature aspect, but it's very, very exciting.
It is exciting, and she's a very talented young lady, and I wish her all the best.
She never ceases to amaze me, and she's
Yeah.
like always on television. I think she was just on Live London the other day, just the other day. So she's an amazing young lady. You know, Forbes 30 under 30, which is a spectacular recognition. And she's a great writer, by the way. She writes a lot of her own scripts, which is one of the things I found compelling. So she writes and she directs. So multi-talented, and I'm honored to be associated with her and her production team. You know, Broken Flames Productions.
Yeah, she is wonderful. She's got a big career ahead of her. I'm fully on board that. Never been against her.
Thank you so much for your support and for your organization support. Very much appreciated.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, no worries. We're actually in the midst of we're actually in the midst of making our first short film.
Yeah, your organization is going.
Yeah, we're making a short film at the moment. Well, we're in the script stage at the moment, and yeah, it's going to be fun. Looking forward to it.
I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to kick your butt on the festival circuit. Okay, so we're enemies. We're mortal enemies at that point. But until then.
All right. So what was it about the film fund that made you want to create it?
Well, that's, too bad Ella is not with us, because this was Ella's idea. The last thing I wanted was to name a film fund after myself, but she was very, very gracious, and she called me up one day and she said, Lucas, I have an idea. And she said, you've been very active, a big supporter of the film, indie film particularly. She goes, why don't we do a fund? I said, well, what? Calling it Lucas A Ferrara Fund, I don't know, that doesn't sit right to me. She said, let me do it. So it was actually Ella's idea, and it's starting to pick up steam, so to speak. And it's great to be able to help, aspiring creatives achieve their dreams, because that's one, if we can make a difference in one person's life, that's significant. And if we can do it incrementally, it's a great thing. I mean, if you think about it, Mark, that short that you're working on, you're going to be hiring 15, 20 people, depending on how big the budget is, or, how extensive the script is. You're going to be employing a significant number of people. And even if they're not getting paid, they're going to be getting experience that's going to help serve them for the rest of their lives, for their professional careers. So you make a difference by just such little things. And that's why I was so honored when Ella approached me with the film fund idea. And I said, okay, let's give it a shot. And this is year 2.
Cool.
So there's still left. So if you have people out there that are interested in applying, it closes on the 15th of June. So please join us.
Awesome. Now, you are while I was doing some research into you, your name was associated with Blake Ridder, recently producing the Help, and you've got The Manor coming out soon. How did that partnership get started?
Wow, you did some research, I see. Well, the formula is the same, Mark. Crowdfunding. Blake Ritter actually had, at the same time, this is in March of 2020. I know this sounds like I'm repeating myself, but around March of 2020, in addition to Ella's short, Blake Ritter was promoting his feature film, Help. So I said to myself, okay, let's get a feature film under my belt here. And Help was actually my first feature film because of the crowdfunding. So my friends, those of you who are looking for funding can either call Marc or can submit to the film fund, or why not go to crowdfunding? Because you never know. It's a very effective tool, but you need a good pitch video and you need a good script. Because what sold me, Marc, with Ella's project and with Blake Ritter's project was their pitch video. You know, if you could do a compelling pitch, right? And then if you got the materials, you know, then I said, can I see the script? Do you mind if I take a look? If the stuff is strong, it's unstoppable. So what happened with Help is that then Blake approached me and said, would you like to be involved in some of our other projects? So we have another feature that's currently in post-production. It's called The Manor, and that's now in post. It filmed a couple of months ago. It's a horror film. It's going to be, I think, my second horror feature that's not yet in the distribution phase. So it's going to be interesting. So I'm excited about that. So Blake Ritter was also crowdfunding, and Marc, the relationship develops, right? Once you start getting involved, then you start having Zoom calls, and then you start talking about life and other projects, and you never know what goes from there. So with Blake, I have Help, and I have The Manor, which is now in post, and a third feature, which is in development. I think it's called, the temporary title is called Room Service, and it's going to be another interesting psychodrama kind of thing. So it's watch out for Blake Ritter. He also has monthly shorts, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed.
He does indeed. I've been watching those. Yeah, I've been watching those. C600 or is it C6? Yeah, I've been watching those.
Oh my God, C600 is amazing, absolutely amazing, and he does it on such an amazing. I can't tell you, but it's such an amazingly low budget. If you guys only knew what Blake Ritter could do with, you know, relatively little funding, I mean, it's just amazing. It's astounding. Watch out for C600. I think chapter 4 is coming out in a few weeks. So that was, Blake Ritter said, would you like to be involved in other projects? And I said, sure. And so now I'm also involved in his monthly shorts. These shorts are amazing, Marc, because they're used as proof of concept, you see. So you get 2 bites, you know, at the apple. So he puts them on YouTube. He gets the ad revenue. He gets the views. Some of his videos have over 1 million views. I think one has 2 million, another, The Teacher. It's called The Teacher, really a compelling short, something like 1.5 million to 2 million. So he's got a nice base from YouTube. And then when a film, one of these shorts resonates, then we look into developing it into a feature. So The Manor came from a short. If you look online, you'll see the one of the shorts, sort of like a proof of concept for the feature, which I'm excited about. And C600, I have been pushing him to do that as a feature because I would really love to have a sci-fi film under my belt. But he wants to do it an installment. He's got a whole vision thing. But I'll keep pressing. I'll keep pressing. Don't worry. I'm a lawyer. If nothing else, I'm persistent.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and C600. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes in part 4 and beyond. I don't know how many parts he plans to do, but I'd like to see more.
Hey, Marc, do I look familiar to you? Because one of the weird things that I negotiated with Blake is that I have a cameo in each of the films. So if you look carefully, you may find me in Help, you may find me in The Manor, you may find me in the shorts that are online. In fact, when I was in London in March or April of this year, 2022, Blake actually put me into one of his shorts. So it's called Good Intentions. You'll see me in I got my acting gig. Hey, so those of you who want to be actors or actresses or whatever gender neutral term applies these days, actors, get involved. You never know what happens. So this old man's got a cameo every once in a while. Look for me. I often play dead people. I don't know why. Why do you think they cast me as a dead person? What's up?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's what the story is looking for at the time.
I don't know.
You'd have to ask Blake.
Maybe wishful thinking.
So, as a producer, are there any other aspects of the industry that you'd like to pursue?
Well, I've only been doing this 2 years, so I'm still getting my feet wet. So I'm still a kid. I'm still a newbie when it comes to the film. I'm still trying to get my arms around distribution. Distribution is that a thicket? It's almost impenetrable for an indie filmmaker, the challenges of distribution. Shorts are almost impossible to get distributed. So money making for a short is almost non-existent. But using them as proof of concept, using them to develop your career, to show people what you can do, still, I certainly recommend it. But I'm trying to get my arms around distribution to answer your question. Help, which I assisted negotiating the deal, was my first. So I still am trying to get around, every deal is different. So now that I have a second film it's called Makeup. It's by Red Blazer Productions that is now in the distribution negotiation stage. I've gotten better at it, better terms and things of that nature. After that, no, I think I'd like to be a producer and stick as a producer. I'm not really an actor. That was never my real thing. But to be a great producer, that's the challenge. And to help inspire people behind the scenes, that would be great too.
Absolutely. And you're doing that with a fund, with your film fund. So with the popularity of streaming services like Netflix and Disney Plus and Shudder, what do you think the future of cinema is?
You mean, I didn't hear that last part. What do I think?
The future of cinema is?
Ooh, that is a tough question. I've had some conversations with people about this. I think the whole platform, the whole way that films are distributed is going to change dramatically. And I think the concept of in-cinema, in-person theatrical releases is waning. In my day, you had to go to the theater. Now with streaming services and the way things are evolving, where you can serve as your own distributor, and I'm still trying to get my arms around that too, where you can independently distribute. That's amazing power. And, I don't know if you can compete with Universal or Sony or Disney or Netflix. I mean, those are multi-billion-dollar powerhouses. But until you get associated with them, you got to find a chance. And this independent distribution model that's evolving to streaming online is something that we should all keep an eye on. Another thing, Mark, that I'm not an expert on, but is interesting, they're talking about tokens and each film being like crypto, and you get money if someone pays your film. It's like a cryptocurrency kind of thing, but it's applied to film. Still don't get it. I still don't understand it, but hey, we're going to be exploring all these options. But it's an exciting time, I think, in film. That's open. Everybody can be a filmmaker, Mark. That's the exciting thing about this. I mean, if you get an Apple, what is it, the iPhone 13? I think Blake Ritter did a whole short on the iPhone 13. Amazing. Anybody basically can be a filmmaker. So what the future has in store is incredibly exciting for everyone. But alas, it also means the competition might be a bit more intense. So be ready.
Absolutely. And so where can we find you online, and the Film Fund, to keep up with everything you're doing?
Well, am I the most transparent person alive. I've got a website, Newman Ferrara is my law firm. If you put in the search lucasaferrara.com, I'll pop up. I'm on Instagram, Lucas A Ferrara. I'm on Facebook, Lucas A Ferrara. It's Lucas A Ferrara all the time. I know I sound vain, don't I? But it's a consistent branding thing. If you're interested in the fund, which we only have a few days left, it closes on the 15th, you'll find that on brokenflamesproductions.com, Ella's website. So I suggest you go there. If you put Ferrara Film Fund or Ella Greenwood, the link will pop up. It's really very, very easy. And everyone is encouraged to apply. There are no age limits. There are no fees. This is just about you and your script, and does it resonate, and will it translate into something on film? Let's partner together and see if we can do something beautiful.
Awesome. Are there any requirements for the script that you'd like to tell people about?
The only requirement is that it be no longer than 15 pages. That's because if you get into multi-day shoots, it starts getting into really expensive territory. So I think it's a 15-page limit. There are no fees. I think that you can't not have won with the fund before, and there's only one other winner. So that would be Daniel, who wrote Daniel Casbah, who won the first last year's for Bippendap for one. Really great script. And there are no fees. And no age limits. UK residents only, unfortunately, because the technicalities of the law. So unfortunately, right now it's only open to UK residents. That's the bad thing. So a lot of my American friends, sorry, I guess we're going to have to establish some sort of fund here in the US. Save the eggs. Save the eggs.
All right. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you. Congratulations with everything, and I look forward to what you do next. And the films with Blake Ritter as well as with Ella.
Yes, Abdullah Khan. Watch out for Abdullah Khan. My first film with him, it stars George McKay from 1970.
That was a brilliant film.
To do a film with George McKay. I'm saying his name wrong, but anyway, it's Find the Light, which is now doing the festival circuit as well. So it's exciting time, and it's great to be taking this voyage with all of you. Let's go.
Awesome.
Let's watch it together.
Awesome. Well, you have a good one, and take care of yourself.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate your time. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram for more content next time.
I'm here on the largest of the Balearic Islands, Mallorca. With the turquoise waters of the Mediterranean Sea, beautiful mountainous landscape, the thriving city of Palma, quaint little market towns, a growing number of luxury hotels, it's no surprise that the likes of Audrey Hepburn and Elizabeth Taylor like to holiday here. So come and join me as I take you round Mallorca.
thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. If you like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up button at the bottom of your screen. And also be sure to subscribe to the Fan Carpet YouTube channels. They're absolutely free and so much fun too. Be sure to check out the official website, thefancarpet.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with reviews, competitions, the latest news, and so much more.